Hey, what's up, good people? I'm gonna bring my guests on in 1 second, man. How y'all doing, man? We in the building, man. Thank y'all for taking time out your busy schedule tonight and show me some love. Man, I got a very special guest coming on, man. Let me just bring on the screen for y'all, man. Just bring on the screen. There she is, man. There she is.
What's up?
Man, what's going on? How you doing?
Oh, great.
Let's make sure we got everything going on, man. Like I said, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We in the building, man. I got Takasha
Yes.
Stevenson. Now, I was calling this girl Keisha the last couple of times, and she didn't correct me. But I should be able to correct myself. I can't read, right? Takasha in the building, man. Takasha Stevenson in the building, man. It's an honor to have you in the building today.
Thank you.
Man, I'm so glad, man. We've been trying to make this thing happen for a while now.
But
you know,
busy schedules.
Yeah, things happen, and it's called
life.
That's what it's called. Man. But hey, we here now. We made it happen. So before we move on, man, in one word, now I'm gonna give you in one word, what makes Cash Stevenson who she is today? In one word, what makes you who you are today?
Real.
There you have it, guys. What makes her, in one word, who she is today? And is what now?
Real.
I like that. I try to give that question to my people, you know. But Guys, man, in the building, we have author, philanthropist, inspiring podcaster one day, because I spoke that into existence.
Okay.
Author in the building, man. Y'all give it up for my girl, man, Takasha Stevenson, man. Let's give her a round of applause. Hey, I'm glad to have you. You know what?
You.
I almost told you not to wear your earbuds, but man, you gotta wear your earbuds when you hear stuff like this.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You know, I got sound bites, man, sound drops, and all those good things, man. So you gotta wear your earbuds if you're gonna hear that. So it's good that you're here. And I know I said no call-ins, but if you happen to find the number and you call us up, you want to speak with the man, hey, that's what we're here for, man.
Please call. I answer any question.
Man, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. I mean, it's great, man. Now, you know, I watch you. I learned about you on VH1, True Crime Stories. But we'll get into that, though.
Okay.
That's how I learned about you, man. I was like, who is this? And your story is remarkable, man, just to say the least, man. I'm proud of you. But we're going to talk about some of these things, man. And I want you to be as comfortable as you can in this old little environment. And we're going to do what we do, man. All right? So, question. People want to know. I want to know. Who is Takasha Stevenson? We want to know that. Go ahead.
I am very solid, real, creative, driven, classy, professional, ratchet. Still got a little hood in me. It depends on how you come at me. I'm gonna give it to you, just how I see fit. But
you match that energy.
I match that energy, and I'm in the middle of learning to stop matching the energy.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I did.
It's kind of taking me backwards a little bit. So I'm in the middle now trying to tone some of that out.
Why would you feel a need to do that now?
Why would I feel a need to
you saying that you
tone down?
Yeah, tone down. What is your motivation to tone down?
Because what I see in front of me I don't like, and I ain't talking about myself, I'm talking about the opposite person. I don't like them. I don't like what I see in them. So if I don't like what I see in them, I'm seeing that's me. Like, that's how I am.
Yeah.
If I'm going to match their energy.
Yeah.
So I don't like it, and it makes me pop off, and it makes me jump out of character.
Yeah.
So
how do you feel when you jump off and get out of character? How that feels inside? What that make you feel like inside?
I feel guilty later.
Yeah.
Because it comes back. And I'm like, oh, why? You like, you got it. You know who you are. So, but you ain't got to let everybody know. So I'm actually working on that right now. Yeah. So pray for me.
Hey, man. You know, I'm listening to you, but it sounds like you have some awareness about yourself. Self-awareness is a good thing, right?
Yes.
Being able to be aware of some of your shortcomings and also rectify them or correct them, if you will, because you don't want to match that energy.
It ain't good. It makes me feel bad later on.
Yeah. And there are consequences for that too, though, Yeah.
It's some consequences, and it don't allow who's ever around to know the real me.
Yeah.
Or either the person. Sometimes I may go back and be like, okay, well, I know I was a little hard, but like, you pushed me. So I find myself also still pointing the finger. And that's a chapter in my book, The Blame Game. I'm trying to get away from the blame game.
Yeah. Because it helps. It doesn't help, but it farther pushes you, away from accountability.
Yes.
And a part of growth in individuals and people is, like I said, having that self-awareness and accepting those responsibilities too. So yeah. It's a growth, man. Sound like you.
It is.
I'm still
growing like every day. Just when I think I'm at level 100, I be at 2.
Man, what's interesting about growth though, as long as we living, we're growing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and let's keep it a buck. Nobody is perfect, Cash.
Nobody.
Nobody is perfect. We all learn it every day to be better people. If that's your goal, if we learn, if we can also be worse people, if that's our goal. So I think a large part of it is trying to figure out what it is that you want to be in the society. You know, like I said, everybody make mistakes.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I done made a lot of mistakes.
And nobody's perfect.
I done made a lot of mistakes, but I think a lot of the times that I do jump out of character is because of the people who know me.
Yeah.
Because everybody who don't know me don't push me out of character.
Oh man, that's
It's only the people that know me, or
Yeah.
either the people.
Why you
who,
feel that you feel like the people that know you, I'm just asking this
Mhm.
question, that push your buttons, know how to push your buttons.
Mhm.
And sometimes we fall victim to that
Mhm. All the time.
all the time,
A
man.
lot of times.
Man, now I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't the only one now. You ain't special when it comes to that. I'm talking about we all can let people that we know that we love and care about
Mhm.
push our buttons, and we can go far right with them or left. Let's say left.
Mhm.
Because we'll let them get the best of us because we love them.
I do love them.
Yeah. Man, I'm guilty of that. So I am guilty of that. God, dog.
Yeah.
Oh man. Man. But self-awareness is everything. Let's talk about early childhood, man. You know, you don't have to go so far back, but I'm trying to paint a picture for myself and for the people that's listening to that don't know Cash, that maybe, like I said, Cash is an author, philanthropist, so much more to her. And she's here to talk with us, to talk with me, because I'm solo dolo. I'm supposed to have some guest co-hosts. When you're going to show up, I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about early childhood, elementary, if you want to go back that far, to middle school age. Just if you want to.
I remember as early as like 6, 7, 8 years old, like I used to push my mom buttons a lot because I had an auntie who allowed us to call her mama.
Oh boy, it's a mama sister.
Oh yeah, it was my mama's sister, and she always said, "I'm mom." So when I called her mom, then my mom spanked me.
Oh, but mama
Like,
sister
why
was
you
pushing some
spanking
butt.
me for calling her mom? And she allowed it. You spank her. She told me to.
TT was starting something.
Yeah.
You want to be starting? Oh man, pause that for a second. Auntie got you calling her mom.
Yeah.
But oh man, I am sorry. Let me pause for a second. I'm gonna tell you why I want to put a pin in that.
Okay.
Because I remember something from viewing your Facebook page. A couple of days ago was your birthday, and I said, "Hey, happy birthday!" But hey, this for you.
Okay.
Hey, that's how I do it, man. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Cash.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's go back.
Okay.
All right. Auntie allowed you to call her mom, and mom didn't like that.
At times, because she knew I was being. She knew I
defiant.
Yeah. It was like, okay, it probably wasn't normal just to say it, but if she made me mad, I'm finna call, hey mom, I'm finna call my TT mom, just to get back at her and make her mad. So I have learned that years ago in my early childhood, I was a little manipulative.
Oh, a little manipulator. She was a God, dog.
Okay.
All right. So go on. Talk about early childhood.
Okay. Yeah. So I remember also by age 10, my mom had got the manager position at Hardee's and she moved me to Selma.
Selma?
Yeah, Selma,
Now let everybody
Alabama.
know. Okay, where are you from originally?
I'm from Marion, Alabama.
Okay.
She moved me 30 minutes away to Selma, Alabama, away from my cousins and my friends.
So 30 minutes away, 20 miles away, basically. She moved you to Selma.
Yeah.
How'd it make you feel?
Oh, bad. Yeah, you moved me away from my friends, my cousin, my little boyfriend. Like, now I gotta go start over. Like, I'm 10 years old.
How old were you then?
I was 10 years old.
Okay, you was 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 10 years old.
I ain't want no new friends.
Yeah, ain't no new friends. You sound like Drake. No new friends.
No new friends.
Okay. All right. And that kind of pissed you off?
Yes.
So any rebellions due to that move?
Rebellion until she moved me back at age 16.
Talk about some rebellions. I mean, some acts that you did. What were some ways you rebelled?
I failed the 5th grade. I failed the 5th grade because in Marion, like, a D was 60 to 69. Oh, wow. So in Selma, a F is 60 to 64. You have to make a 65 and above, 65 to 69 to have a D in Selma. So I failed intentionally because I told my cousin, who she later moved up there a few months later, I told her, I said, I'm a flaunt. And maybe she'll move me back to Marion.
Oh, you told your cousin that?
Yeah, I told my cousin. She was straight. She was still making them A's, though. She was acing. So my mama used to always tell me, why she smart and she this, and then you over here doing this, you know.
Needless to say that you was intentionally doing that.
Oh, I was intentionally doing that. Then when she said stuff like that to me, like my cousin being smart and I'm making
you just cranked it up.
Here,
you just cranked it up.
I got to give you the real definition of dumb now.
Oh, my God. And you were like 10, 11.
10, 11.
Woo.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear nothing about nobody else.
So you was a little firecracker.
Yes, I was. Actually, I was.
So now, are you friends with cousin now?
That's my sister. Like, my mama helped raise her. So yeah, she's my sister. She's my children aunt. So
yeah.
And guess what? They do to me now with her what I did to my mom or her sister. Oh, she's their second mom.
Oh boy, that shoe on the other foot.
But I'm not like my mom. Guess what? Oh, that's your second mom.
Yeah.
Where your shoes at? She buying school clothes. She giving you money.
Oh, you don't.
She need to do everything that a mama do.
So you done amped it up.
Yeah.
You like, okay, my mom ain't know how to play this game.
Oh, I'm going to play it too.
But let me play this.
I'm going to show her how she should have did it.
God, boy, oh my God. Hey, you too smart for your own good.
Actually, I was.
Yeah. So you wound up failing a grade.
I failed 5th grade. And when I failed, I was so hurt because all my friends was going on and leaving me behind.
Right.
So those was finna be new classmates, and I begged my mom, please, okay, I'm gonna change. I'm finna study this and that. And she sent me to summer school. I passed, got in the 6th grade, and did the same thing again, except I didn't fail. When I realized I was failing and was gonna be left behind, I made sure that I passed with probably like a 69, 68, somewhere up in there.
Oh Lord, yeah. But you were like, so what mom had to say about that as you got older? And we're going to go back though, but.
Why I gave her so much hell. And I told her, you moved me away out of my comfort zone. And she was like, you don't get a choice. You a kid. Yeah, I'm a kid, but I still got to say so. That's how I felt at the time, because today my children don't have a say so.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I understand that too. But middle school was it a blur? Okay.
No, I have a best friend to this day.
From middle school?
Oh, yeah. We were like identical.
Word.
Yeah, she was manipulative, me. We matched each other. We like sisters. So I met another me. And she helped me get through it. So she was like, okay, well, let's join the basketball team. So I played basketball. I'm talking about was good at it. So I made sure my grade stayed at a C then, just so.
Oh, so you play basketball?
I played basketball.
Oh man, man, ladies and gentlemen, man, we are talking to Takasha.
Don't look like
Stevenson.
It, but I did.
Takasha Stevenson. Hey man, she's an author. She written 2 books or 3 books. 2.
2 in
and one is in the process of being published. And she has a series. Conviction to correction. Yeah, that's the series. And I'm gonna post those up in a minute, man, so y'all can get a bird's eye view and how to get the book too. So we're talking to Miss Cash Stevenson. All right, go ahead, Cash. Now you saying you got a best friend.
Yeah,
from
Jamaica West.
Where's she now?
She is actually in Dallas, Texas, and we are still like this, like
Two peas in a pod.
Yes.
2 peas in a pod causing problems.
I mean, whatever I do, if I have family and friends here, right here in Birmingham, that may not show up for stuff,
But she's there.
She's jumping on the plane. She's actually a little upset because I just had a birthday this past weekend, and I told her I wasn't going to do anything, and I actually did. Okay. I actually did.
Hold on. I wish I could stop this thing up. I play it. It's your birthday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I saw them birthday pictures. It was lovely. I mean,
Thank you.
You had a good time. I'm kind of jealous that I wasn't there, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she'll jump on the plane to see you.
On the plane. She'll jump on the plane. If I tell her right now, today is Tuesday. If I tell her this weekend, let's go to the beach, she coming. If I say let's go to Atlanta, if I tell her come here because we gonna do this, do that, she coming. It's kind of like she don't have a job or a life, but she does.
Yeah.
But
she's available, man.
She puts family and friends first.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, her job ain't first because she know that when we gone, they gonna
move on. But that's a beautiful thing that you got people in your life that will stop and say, okay, what we doing?
Yeah, she's actually one of the ones that.
What does friendship? What does that friendship means to you?
Oh, a lot. Yeah. That friendship is more than friendship. It's kind of like family now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't put her foot in it.
Yeah. That's
she marked it.
So y'all met what grade?
5th grade. But in 5th grade, even though we was friends, she was still like bad. Like I saw she was, a little defiant.
Oh.
So it just like she just kept pushing up on me. So we were like, okay, I'm like, okay, then I'm just gonna jump in now. I'm jumping in. So I got all in too. I'm talking about like her mom actually had purchased her a car when she was like 15. Probably 14. It wasn't hers, but we was like driving around and pulling up at restaurants, ordering 10 burgers, 8 fries, and pulling off from the windows. Like we just did stuff.
What?
Yeah.
All right. So now we move it, guys. We're transitioning.
Teenage.
Because that's one of my questions too. One of my, talking points. Let's talk about childhood, teenage years, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So y'all so that I understand this. Y'all were friends too. All through teenage years.
10 years old, 5th grade.
5th grade.
I'll never forget it.
And y'all been, of course, y'all been friends because y'all friends today. Duh.
Yeah. So when we became teenagers, like my mom ended up moving me back to Marion, Alabama. She finally gave in and moved me back home.
What grade?
Well, let me back up. I failed 9th grade.
Okay.
And she wouldn't pay for summer school. So my aunties on my dad's side.
Yeah. TT.
Yeah. I called them and I was like, I can't remember if it was my auntie. I know it was Cookie. I can't remember if my auntie Doris or if they got some money from my dad to help. But I was like, look, I failed and mama made me and she the reason and just please pay for summer school. I'm gonna do right. And they literally, my mama told me she wasn't paying for it no more. And they sent the money.
Pay for summer school?
Yeah.
You had to pay for summer school?
Yeah, you had to pay for it. My mom paid for it in the 5th grade. And I'm just going to say my dad or my dad's sisters paid for it in the 9th grade, but it probably was his sisters.
It was private school or just regular?
Really? No, you had to pay for summer school. Summer school is not free because those teachers can be doing something else for the summer instead of teaching you.
Oh, so, okay. I guess it was part of, and we're talking about Alabama City schools too.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama's
public
schools too.
This was summer school to go and get a higher grade to move on to the next grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't babysitting you because your mama was working.
Yeah. So they had to pay their teachers. Oh, okay, but
so I passed to the 10th grade, but however, I had failed so bad in the 9th grade that when they paid for summer school, I still failed.
Really?
It wasn't enough to move on.
So you felt that was the 9th grade?
That was the 9th grade. So I had found out that in Marion, where I'm from, I think I had like a 65.
What?
Well, in Selma, I had like a 64, 63, 64. In Selma, that's an F. In Marion, it's a D. In Selma, a 50 through 64 is a D.
Different grade
it's
scales.
an F. But in Marion, a D is 60 through 69. So she moved me back home to Marion, and I was able to pass to the 10th grade.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some mic in it.
That's what happened.
So in Marion, Alabama, you flunked.
In Selma, I flunked.
Yeah. In Selma, you flunked.
And she moved me back to Marion.
But in Marion, you passed. So if you'd have stayed in Marion, you'd have been in the 9th grade.
If I had stayed in Marion, yeah.
But since you moved to, if you'd have stayed in Selma,
I would have still been in the 9th.
Yeah, but you moved to Marion, it moved you to the 10th.
Moved me to the 10th. But I had failed so bad. And guess what?
What?
After my auntie didn't pay for summer school in the 9th for me to move on to the 10th, I still couldn't move to the 10th. So my mom moved me to Marion, and I went to the 10th for certain classes.
Okay.
I wasn't in the 10th fully. So I had to attend 9th grade homeroom class and take 10th grade classes. So I took an extra class or something like that. So it boosted me up like the second half. So then I was in the 10th grade.
Now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me just say this. Now, you guys can hear her speak. And look, and if you go back to all the manipulation and all the stuff that she done when she was a kid, you probably can figure out that she's a smart girl. You know, because it takes a lot of work to put on these. To do some of these things that we're talking about right now.
Yes.
You just don't wake up one day. You can tell this is a highly intelligent person, but she spent a lot of time.
Thank you.
Trying to get over.
Trying to get over. Yep.
Yeah. So now you're in the 10th grade.
I'm in the 10th grade. My mom.
You taking classes that you taking some 10th grade classes, some 9th grade classes.
Only 9th grade homeroom because I wasn't eligible for the 10th. Only 9th grade homeroom. Yeah. But 10th grade classes. So the second half, I got moved up to the 10th grade homeroom and the 10th grade classes.
All right.
And I passed. I went on to the 11th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give her a round of applause. Give it up. Give it up to Takasha.
Hey, that was a struggle to get through that one.
Yeah. Boy, but I know your friends and people saying, girl, you so smart. Why people don't ever tell you that you're intelligent.
They back then they weren't telling me I was smart.
Yeah, because they were telling you, your mom was telling you.
Yeah. Back then they won. All they saw.
How that played a role into your shaping of, like in early childhood?
Name calling.
Yeah.
Trying to identify me.
Yeah.
It ain't good for you.
Yeah.
So back then, I was acting like who you called me out to be.
Yeah.
Whoever I showed you what
you called me dumb, stupid.
I'm gonna show you dumb and stupid. That's the mindset that I had then as a child because I had to grow and I had to learn, but I thought it was the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So I will say, after I got in the 10th grade and made it back home, I didn't flunk again.
Yeah.
I wanted to, because I was back with friends and cousins. So I wanted to stay with them. But I started getting in trouble for other reasons then.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, I started getting in trouble for other reasons then. So like when my cousins fight, like I'm fighting too. Yeah. So now mom mad, like, so I'm doing all this hard working just for you. Yeah. Like you ain't help your sisters and your brothers and your cousins. No, because we didn't do stuff like this. And if we did, we know that it wasn't them. So at this time, I moved to Marion. I'm in the 10th grade, and my best friend followed me.
Your best? What? Hold on now. This is way too much.
Her mom let her came to school in Marion. She drove at the age of 15, I think, because she turned 16.
She drove 30 minutes away.
She drove from Selma, Alabama to Marion, Alabama, Francis Marion High School every Monday through Friday. But I got to tell you something. She flunked too.
She did.
Yeah, we flunked together. So she drove to school every day, Monday through Friday. And my mom allowed her to stay there sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, so she drove to you from Selma to Marion.
Yep.
And some days she spent the night with y'all.
Yep. 10th grade.
10th grade.
Mm-hmm. So we passed. I started playing basketball because of her. She was like, because I had got into boys by then. Well, I was already into boys.
Yeah. Because you had a boyfriend in 10th grade.
I had a boyfriend at 10 years old and 12 years old. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was kitty love, puppy love, but I did, you know.
Yeah. Talk about that. I mean, can you give me a little bit of just you don't have to go a synopsis.
I got it. So, like, he lived in the neighborhood. So my mom, at the time, she worked 2 jobs. So you got to understand, when you working 2 jobs and you leaving the kids at home with grandma going to bed at 7. She gonna start getting ready for bed at 7 or 8.
Yeah, grandma going to bed.
She probably gonna be knocked out by 8.
Yeah,
so we outside even after the light pole off. Like, we outside on the porch, in the yard, at the neighbor's house. We playing, but literally we were playing kickball and baseball.
Yeah, y'all
softball out.
Doing what kids do.
We was doing what kids do. Sorry, yeah. We was doing what kids do. Yeah, but you know, it was a little strange. But I will say this right here. She did right by moving me to Selma at 10, because even when I was 10 in Selma with her, I was planning to break my virginity at the age of 12 with this guy. With this boy. I was trying to break my virginity.
Hold up. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me put some mic in.
Hey, I thought I was in love. I thought I was in love.
At 10 years old?
At 12 years old.
At 12 years old. So, but maybe you thought you was in love because this guy was showing you a lot of attention, I'm assuming.
Yeah, especially after I moved away. He had to make sure that I didn't get a boyfriend in Selma.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had to make sure, because I was only seeing him on the weekend when my mom was allowing me to go down there.
Yeah. So what was he doing to make sure you?
Like, we were literally like just kissing and hugging, and I was laying on him like nothing else sexually, but just laying on him. Like, I know how to lay up at 12 years old. Like,
yeah. Wow.
Because grandma shut up in her room and mama at work.
Yeah. So you've been pretty much growing up.
Yeah.
By yourself, really. Not for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And at that age, he like, this my woman. You know? Hey.
And at that age, I was like, this my man.
And this my man.
Okay.
Yeah. If y'all don't like it, y'all got some problems.
Turn your head.
Yeah.
Get lost.
Because this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. So, how long did that relationship last?
Oh, not long.
So, okay, what happened?
So, what happened was...
want to know.
What literally had happened was...
What had happened? Go ahead. Go ahead, Cash.
So what happened was, in the midst of me trying to break my virginity, we having these nasty talks. When you come to Marion this weekend, we gonna do this and that. You know, when your mom drop you off and go, but it was gonna be more than hunching though.
Okay.
When your mom drop you off and go back home, then your grandma gonna be in the bed by 8.
So y'all making extensive plans at this age, 12 years old.
Yes.
Okay.
We were making plans.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was, my mom had one of my mom's boyfriend at that time. He picked the telephone up and he heard me, so he told me.
Oh, mom boyfriend told.
Yeah, he told.
Was that considered a snitch back then?
Snitch.
He snitched.
To this day, I thank God he snitched up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to break my virginity.
And
12 years old.
And let me clarify for the people that are listening.
Oh no, we're not promoting
it. We're not promoting it. We're not glorifying it. We're just talking about life experiences.
Yeah, what had actually happened.
And if you got a child and children, guys, you know, make sure you checking in with them. You know,
don't put job, don't put work first,
and don't put nobody first when you got kids. You know, make sure you checking in on these kids, making sure you know what they're doing, because we all were kids at one point in time, and I don't think this a foreign conversation we having with me or with people that are listening. I think at some point we all, you know, like some of us anyway, and I can't say the percentage wise because I don't know a specific percentage, but I can speak for me. I know what I was doing when I was 13 or 14 years old, raised by a grandmother.
Yeah.
Things happen. But the good thing about all this is that you, me, we learn from our experiences,
Yes.
and we learn to police our kids a little different. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but go ahead.
I police
So
mine.
yeah. I mean, until they
Yes.
go until they leave your house,
Yes.
and when they leave, you give them a suitcase,
Mhm.
and you give them. You don't have to give them 25 cents to send you a postcard wherever you go, because you've done the best you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But go ahead, Cash.
Okay, so after that, like I'm in school, I started to play basketball, even went out for the majorette team, but I'm in the street fighting with my cousins.
Yeah.
Nothing. It wasn't mine. It was just I was helping them out. So I got kicked off the majorette team. I got kicked out the band off the majorette team, and I got kicked off the basketball team. So around that time, I'm like, oh, okay, then like they kicking me off, and it wasn't even none of my battle, not my beef. Okay, so I got into boyfriend thing again. This time I was 15 and he was 21. I didn't want a 12-year-old this time. Like I'm 15.
You 15. You way too much.
Yeah,
mature
now
for
I
that
need
now.
somebody older than me now.
Okay.
Yeah, I need somebody who kind of like think like me, or can help me grow.
Yeah. How was it dating an older guy in your mind? You 15, he 20.
I was happy. I was excited. I was on my grown woman stuff. That's
Yeah.
how I was in my mind.
Yeah. Now maybe
And
go ahead.
And to be clear, my mom, she wasn't for it. She was at work. So my auntie, her sister, not the sister that I call mom,
but TT from your mama's side.
the TT who was a snitch. Like she telling if my
Snitching
shoes
TT.
on the wrong side. She telling whatever. If my skirt too short, like, hey Retta, your daughter is blah blah blah. And I'm like, Mom, stop listening to everybody. Listen to me. When somebody tell you something, come talk to me, and I will tell you what I did and why.
Right.
So at this time, I'm talking to a 21-year-old, and like I'm liking it, I'm loving it. I think I was liking the sneaking around part.
Right.
I think so, but I end up.
What was conversation like? I mean, like what is like? I mean, like, did you see a big difference?
It was a lot different. When I look back now, it was different. But actually, I was like a little more mature for my age.
Well, that's what I was saying, because a lot of times females, man, like when they 15 years old, man, females, and I had to learn this too, because my daughter, she's 17 right now, but praise God. I mean, but I'm so impressed by a 17-year-old.
Okay.
Because it's no knock on my son who's 20 years old.
Okay.
But you can see a difference. My son is a great guy. Smart. But my daughter is like
a little more mature.
Yeah, she almost put me in my place.
She on her stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and she becoming like, and I'm not gonna get in details, but my daughter put me in place one day, and I'm like, I couldn't even argue with it, Cash, because she was so right.
Yeah.
She made me kind of check myself.
We watching y'all.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to be mad. I want to be angry. I want to say, who are you talking to, girl? But she was right, Cash. So I had to check myself. And from that, but my son, he haven't even come close to doing nothing like that. But anyway.
So at this time when I'm dating, so my aunt, she did snitch to my mom, and my mom asked me, and I told her, that ain't true. That's what the street's saying, because that's my cousin.
The street's talking.
Yeah, like that's my cousin brother. You see what I'm saying?
Which with the boyfriend?
Yeah, that's my cousin brother, not the cousin that lived with us, but another cousin.
Another cousin brother.
Yeah, that's my cousin brother.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's not true. But I ended up pregnant.
Okay, at 15.
Yeah. A couple of years later, 17.
17. Okay.
A planned pregnancy. We planned it.
Okay. Oh, so you still in high school?
Yeah.
And
I wanted a baby by him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said it wrong. I didn't want a baby, but I wanted to lock him down. And he wanted to lock me in too. So we planned the baby. And I told him, I don't want any kids. Like, I didn't want kids. Yeah, because I knew how I was and I didn't want kids. So
But you locked him down and you had a baby.
I liked him down because I liked how I saw him interact with his son. He already had a son before me.
Okay. So he was 20 years old.
21 years old.
21 years old, already had a kid and impressed.
Yeah. And I liked how I wanted to, I was like, okay, he's a good man.
So he's a
good father, so he's going to do our baby the same way.
So did you have the baby?
Yes. Our son is 27 years old today. He'll be 28 in August.
Okay, so you guys are still as relationships right now. You know, a relationship. Y'all ain't together, right?
We're not together.
But y'all, and I don't mean to be asking all you. But this is an interview.
Despite things what happened during our life, we have a great relationship today. Like today, we have a great respectable relationship as far as co-parenting, because even though our son is 27, like we're trying to make sure he don't go down the path that we did.
Okay. Now, guys, if you just tuned in, I'm talking to Takasha Stevenson. Takasha. I'm sorry, Takasha. She's going to get me right. But I'm just going to go. Hey, if you listening, I can chop up her name. Oh, God, please. So I'm going to call her Cash from now on, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to Cash Stevenson. She written a couple of books. She has a series, Conviction to Corrections. She has I'll put the books up in a minute. The vision, what the books look like. And we're going to talk about how you can grab the book, right? But I'm talking to her. She has a VH1 special. What's that special again?
My True Crime Stories Season 2, Episode 10.
Yeah. She was on it. This is how I learned about her. And it so happens she's in not my city, my transplant city. I'm originally from Florida, South Florida. So, but I thought her story was so interesting. And then when I learned, I talked with her a couple of times. I mean, she's a very intelligent person, highly intelligent, if you ask me. And then to learn her story, then I realized, hey, intelligent people do some crazy things at some point in time, but they are, but still intelligent people. And she's a fun person too. So I just had the opportunity to bring her on and talk about, her life. And that's what we're doing now. And I'm so delighted to have her. So, and we're gonna get into some of the reasons why she written these books. But so you have a 27-year-old son now. And from the guy that you dated when you were 15 years old.
Yes.
And your goal right now, if I'm understanding, you and him are trying to help him understand or not go into or not follow the same footsteps
that we did.
That y'all did.
Yes.
All right. How's that working out?
It's working.
It's working.
It's working. Today, I will say it is working. Yeah, because he tired of me, like, being aggressive with him. He don't, you looking at your mom like your mom actually want to fight you. Your mom want to ruffle you up. Your mom cursing you out and
sometimes
want to slap you across your head, so you don't have a choice. But
sometimes we want to slap you across your head. Yeah. Sometimes I want to choke myself.
But see, I'm the mom that probably will raise my hand here and there, Yeah. I know that it probably can provoke you to throw them hands back, but you better not. But at the same, I have, dealt with a lot throughout the years.
Yeah. So let me ask you this though. Love. Love is a powerful tool. It's a powerful thing. How often do you tell your son or your kids that you love them?
We do. We tell each other. I tell my daughter more than my son because she's now back at home. I have a daughter. She's 21.
All right, and I'm gonna get to the daughter.
Yeah.
Now, you saying that you tell your daughter more. Where's your son?
My son is on the road driving trucks.
Man, so hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Now that makes my heart smile. So you telling me that he has a job?
Yeah.
And he's a truck driver.
Yes.
he probably doing okay for himself.
He's doing okay for himself right now. Yeah.
Cash, you doing good.
Yeah.
But you still got to be on them. You got to put your feet on their necks.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put your feet on these
I put
kids'
it on them.
neck.
I'm trying to tell him, do you know who your mom is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
what he say when you tell him that, what is his response to that?
He's happy. I am who I am. Of course, he's sad that I left him for those 3 years when I went off to prison. But
so when you went off to where?
When I went off to prison.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's sad that I left, but he actually is happy because of who I am today and who I've become. And he like how everybody like Cash Money, your mom Cash Money, your dad Motown. Like,
and
man,
Cash Money.
Like, yeah, how do y'all put that together, you know? So he's happy that we are his parents, and we've had some challenges along the way, but today he sees like,
how old was he when you went down, when you got
locked up? He was 17 years old, finna walk that stage in 3 weeks.
Oh man, he's finna graduate.
I missed the graduation. It's like it's triggering point to the day.
It's a trigger for him.
It's triggering for me
that you missed the graduation.
It's triggers for me that I missed the graduation, and I hate when people say, "Well, at least." No, it ain't no at least. I tell you what, you miss your son's graduation, then come back and let's have this same conversation.
You know what, Cash? I'm gonna be one of those people, right? For a minute, just for a minute, just for a minute.
Oh my God.
The reason why is because I understand what you're saying, and I understand that what you're prioritizing to be important to you, and we all have our list of what's important, what's not. But my mom died when I was 11 years old.
Okay. So
yeah. My mom died when I was 11 years old. I graduated college 3 times. College high school 1 time. And those things, man, you know, she was never there for those. You know, and I say all that to say this. You there now.
Yes.
You know, and yeah, man, it sucks because you want, because that was some of your planning and how you prioritize.
I was right there at the end.
And
as a matter of fact, I want to interrupt and say something. I didn't even tell you this. Guess what? Guess what today is?
What?
Today is April the 8th, 2025.
He graduated April?
No.
What?
I went away April the 8th, 2015.
It's the anniversary.
I went to prison. I was like, okay, Gus, so I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to
10 years ago.
10 years ago, I got sent to federal prison in Greenville, Illinois. And I was like, okay, Gus.
Illinois?
Greenville, Illinois.
They was like, we're going to send you to Illinois.
Oh, you know they had to send me out. That was the only way God was going to get my attention.
Yeah, because Cash Money knew people anyway.
In Ellisville, if they had to send me here in Ellisville, Alabama, I would have had a fan club coming in that prison. So he had to send me away in order for me to grow.
To Illinois. So we are talking right now on your anniversary.
On my anniversary, 10 years ago, April the 8th, 2015, I was sentenced to 41 months in a federal prison in Mobile, Alabama.
You know what? I'm going to say God is good.
Yes, he is.
Because you out right now.
I am out right now.
And you're able to talk about it.
I'm able to talk about it.
And that's
on
my
the
whole
anniversary.
Man, on your anniversary, we having a podcast on Cash anniversary. You know, what a powerful thing. But again, I say this. You here, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. And I know, and I'm not trying to tell you to forget about your son's graduation.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to tell you that. But when you put things in perspective and the large thing, what did he say about what did he say about you not being there for a graduation?
It hurt him.
It hurt him.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Me and my children, we aren't big talkers on that level.
Yeah.
And I do want to say this. They didn't even know I was going to prison. The whole time I was in trouble. I got in trouble like June.
I can see that happening.
June of 2024. Because I always protected my children.
Yeah, I can see that.
I protected my children. And you don't want to go tell my children nothing about me that I didn't tell them. So June of 2014. when I got in my troubles, I lied to them from day one saying, oh, it was my daughter dad. I was like, oh, I'm going to support him because these snitches, like I got to be there. You know, they never knew it was mom in trouble.
Yeah. So it was really when things happened, it was kind of abrupt.
It was when the judge slammed that
gavel.
When she slammed that gavel on that desk, and said I had to, and I was guilty. November the 20th, 2014, I had to go back home and tell them, your mom on the way to prison.
What?
And they was like, what? You said that you was going to court with my daughter's dad the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I did, but I didn't want to tell y'all because I just knew I was gonna get found innocent.
So you was expecting to have an innocent trial.
Yeah, it wasn't my battle. Yeah. I went to prison for something that had nothing to do with me.
Right.
I wasn't guilty of what I went to prison for.
And we're not gonna I may ask that question soon, but so you thought that you were gonna get this thing was just gonna blow over. Basically.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna blow over because I wasn't guilty of what they was making it out to be. So I was like, okay, so God ain't finna let me go down money laundering. I mean, do you know where I work at?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know I own a hair store?
Yeah.
Like the feds didn't even know I had a full-time job. And people think the feds know everything. No, they literally did not know I had a full-time job until they came and literally they didn't know.
Wow. Wow. So you told the kids, and it was pretty much.
I told them at Ruby Tuesday, I took them out to dinner.
How long did you have to get your affairs together before
the judge? I will say I thank the judge to this day. She gave me from November the 20th, 2014 to February the 10th, 2015 to get my affairs in order.
So she gave you 3 months.
But while I was out, I found out that all my snitches was in the same. They was housed together in the same holding facility. So I started telling my attorney, and he didn't want to listen, so I wrote the judge. And she was like, don't write me, you can't write me. And I'm like, no, I have to write you. All my witnesses, all my co-defendants was locked up in the same cell, in the same holding cell together.
Well, I mean, why would you, I mean, what, I mean, help me understand, what is the significance to that?
It was a plan. It was a setup because I didn't turn my baby daddy in, so they had to find some type of way to get me.
Okay.
So that's when all my witnesses thought they was doing something, and they came together to conspire to, except 2 of them, to send me to prison for money laundering, which they didn't tell the whole truth. They didn't tell the other part, but they wanted to conspire about that part to send me away. And so once I reached out to the judge and wrote her and gave her the proof and stuff, she sent my attorney to the jail to question the warden or whoever. Right. And we found out they were housed together. I was looking at a 20-year bid when I got found guilty.
Oh, okay. You were looking at a lot more time than what you actually got.
So because everything was checking out and I was writing her and telling her, Your Honor, this money right here, you know, because when we was in court, the prosecutor did not, even though she had all my bank statements,
right,
as evidence. I don't know why they allowed her to take those bank statements and put them on a spreadsheet. So now, lady, you're teaching me. So you took my bank records and put them on a spreadsheet instead of using the exact bank records as evidence, because the bank record would have showed, okay, she put in $8,000 today. But the $8,000 today that she put in April the 8th, for example, it went out April the 10th for a car note, for a mortgage, for a son's shoes. You see what I'm saying? But she put in a spreadsheet. She took all the numbers off the bank statements and put them on a spreadsheet. So all the jury saw was $8,000 went in today, April the 8th, for example. And you just see $805 going out, $2,500 going out, $3,500, but they don't know where it went to. So when they ask me, where did it go to? I have no recollection. How do I remember something from years ago? So that's pretty much what got me found guilty. Because, yeah.
Now, on the screen, guys, those are copies of the book that I'm posting on the screen right now. You know, Conviction to Corrections, Beyond the Walls, and the other one is Beyond the Walls and Behind the Walls. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a series, guys, and we got a 3rd book coming out. So that is exactly what I'm doing. You see it on the screen, man. Y'all make and y'all can inbox us, inbox Cash and find how to get that book, man. This is what's up, man. Y'all make sure y'all do that, man. Man, that's interesting that you know you present this story like this, because I spoke with you a couple times, but I didn't know that you projected to get out and you didn't tell the kids until the last moment, man.
Yeah.
And they learn, it's kind of like they learned abruptly that you were going down, but they gave you 3 months, 2.5 months to get your affairs in order before you went down.
So she gave me an extension when I told her about that, and she sent my attorney into the prison, the holding facility, to see where they housed together and whatever. Yeah. So she came to her own conclusion that
they were working
20 years they were working against me.
Yeah.
And she didn't even believe half of the stuff they said. So what had happened was, instead of me getting 20 years, I got 41 months, which was 3 years and 5 months.
3 years and 5 months. How much time did you do inside?
Inside I did 2.5, and I did the other 6 in a halfway house. But let's rewind this all the way back.
Go back for me, please.
So once I me and my first baby daddy made our son, that's when a lot of cheating started with him. So a lot of cheating started, and other women's, was tagging on to him, just like he was after them too.
Right.
And so I was in love, like I was head over heels. So he started
over here. Go ahead.
Yeah. And them outside babies started coming. And when the outside kids started coming out, I was like, I don't deserve this. Like, I'm literally young and allowing outside kids to come. So like, I was like, this man can't love me like he say he is. And I didn't even see how he was making them, because we was together like 24/7, except when it was bedtime. And so after that, I would say after like the third child came, that's when I finally had got some sense to leave. But you know how you want to leave, but you don't leave, and you always, like, when the relationship first end, you going back and forth.
Yeah, because and you ain't leaving the doors cracked open a little bit.
So since I couldn't leave, or wouldn't leave, however you want to say it, but I'm going to say since I couldn't leave.
Right.
So I started cheating. So when I started cheating and he found out, like,
how did that work out? Yeah, just let me know.
He wasn't happy with me cheating. He can cheat, but I can't cheat. You see what I'm saying? The man can cheat, but the woman can't cheat.
Yeah.
So when I started
it's funny
cheating,
how that work out, right? We something else. Go ahead.
Yes, y'all are.
We something else.
So when I started cheating, that's when he ended up catching me one night. I was 19 years old, and I went to the store to rent a movie. Back then we were still renting movies in 1999.
She was going to Blockbuster.
We didn't have a Blockbuster in Marion, but we had a grocery store that sold.
Yeah, okay.
So gotcha. I stayed over at the guy's house. I was like, okay, I'm finna go rent this movie. Like, here we go, pick a movie. I went real fast to find the movie.
Right.
I just got some kind of garbage and went over there. Not to sleep around, just to say, hey, I've been tied up for a few days. I can't see you, can't get to you. You see, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So next thing I know, I was a knock at the door, and I'm like, okay.
Baby daddy.
And he was like, Cash, how he get over here? Like, he pulling up. I'm thinking he just driving, like, oh, okay. He's like, no, your baby daddy really out here. And I'm like, what? So he came in or whatever. We was hiding or however. I literally, honestly, not trying to take over him. I have no recollection. I had no vision of seeing him. I didn't see him because I was hiding in the bathroom.
Right. You had no, okay, go ahead.
I was hiding in the bathroom. So all I know was when he came in and I heard a gunshot. Oh. Like soon as he came in.
Wait.
But we was in the back part though.
You heard, hold on now. Mm-hmm. Baby dad had a gun. He brought a gun.
Yeah.
Dang, baby daddy.
Yeah, you got to bring a gun when you go into other folks' territory.
Well, yeah,
I'm not saying you ain't had no been over there, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the guy ended up getting shot. I couldn't understand how he got shot because I was in the bathroom because I told him to get away from me. I was in the bathroom hiding. He was in the other bedroom hiding. So, but the gunshot went off like when he came in. So we later found out that he dropped the gun and the gun went off.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank God.
We later found out that night, all I know is you shot him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I knew that night.
But the gun fell.
But we later found out that the gun fell and went off. However,
wow.
yeah. However, he was taking me away with him that night. And I fell out the car. I got in the car. He had a Regal. So when he because every time he tried to put me in, I'm trying to get out. So what he had to do was put me in the passenger seat. And he got in and got over across me. And he laid the gun down. It was a rifle. He laid it down right here between the door and the seat. So he was flying. He picked up the speed. I was praying. I was laid back on the seat like, oh my God. I'm praying. I'm saying my prayer. Guess what I did?
What?
Opened the door and fell out. Bloop.
Out of the
All
car?
I know is I rolled from here to hell. I can't tell you when I stopped. All I know is I was rolling.
Oh, Lord,
I was
Lord,
skint up.
Jesus,
Yeah, I had to
Jesus.
save my life. You know, I had to make that decision.
Did you think that baby daddy was gonna do something to you at that time, or he was just angry?
To be honest,
yeah.
At that time, that's why I fell out the car because I thought I was next.
Oh, okay.
So when
because you didn't know anything, you thought he already shot the man.
Yeah, I was like, you shot him.
You didn't know
so,
it was an accident.
So when I fell out of the car, I was just rolling.
Yeah.
Just rolling. I don't even know. I'm gonna tell you when I stopped rolling.
What?
When I heard that car say, I stopped.
Oh, you stopped yourself then.
I stopped rolling.
Put the brakes on.
And I got up and I was running like Forrest Gump. I'm talking about in slow motion. I was running like Forrest in slow motion.
Everywhere I was running.
Running.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
So the guy's cousin came and saved me. He was coming. He heard the car stop.
Yeah.
He was coming next door to check on his cousin.
Right.
He heard the car stop. So when my baby daddy came up, he almost caught me. But the guy told him, you got to get out my mom's yard. Like I have a mom here and I have sisters here.
Oh, he told baby daddy that?
Yeah. And he was like, you shot my cousin. Like, and I was like, save me,
Yeah.
So he was like, get your ass on the house. All this shit you started.
Oh, Jesus.
All this commotion you started. Get in there. So I just ran on past and went in the house and got in the bed and just felt like, and I was like, call my mom. And my mom came right over. But guess what she did?
What?
Came over fussing.
At you?
It wasn't no, hey, I'm happy you alive. What you done did? You done, she came over fussing. So I'm like, Mom, it's time to stop.
No. So all this sound like a big mess.
It was.
In a big commotion.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody got shot was really great. So how that all play out? Did baby daddy go to jail?
Yeah, years later he ended up going to prison.
For that?
And
Yeah.
He ended up getting in trouble and going to prison in like 2002.
Yeah.
So as soon as he went to prison in 2002, that's how I ended up with my second baby daddy. So he was on his way out of prison when my first baby daddy was on his way in prison.
And you met somebody else?
No. The second baby daddy was somebody who I had already been with previously. Also.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because when I got with my first baby daddy, he had somebody.
Yeah.
So if you got somebody, like you can't tie me down, so I'm still loosely can do this
whatever
and that.
You want to do.
Yeah, so, but it ended when I got serious with him, and then the cheating started back up. So that's when I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
So anyway, my second baby daddy was on the way out of prison. He was on the way in prison, so I made a relationship with him.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I have a scar on my left arm because when the second baby daddy got out of prison, which he wasn't my baby daddy at the time, I was 19 years old.
Right.
When he got out of prison, and came over to my mom's house, my first baby daddy found out about it. And the female that he was talking to told him that my second baby daddy had came over. So I ended up into a fight with her. Not with her, with her friend.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I get the scar on my left arm.
Oh, man. Okay. I think I seen that.
Yeah, it's
somebody cut you?
It's like kilo. Yeah. I had a bat, she had a knife. I didn't know she had a knife.
Right.
And we got into a fight because her and her friend told my first baby daddy that I was talking to my second baby daddy. Mm-hmm.
So how that fight turned? I mean,
I went to jail 4 nights and 5 days.
Yeah. Assault?
Yeah, I was young. I was older and she was still in high school. She was like 17, finna graduate. Yes. Yeah. So it was, but the charges ended up getting dropped because she didn't come to court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So me and my second baby daddy made a relationship. he went to the halfway house for 6 months. When he got out the halfway house, well, I got pregnant while he was in the halfway house.
Okay, okay.
When he got out the halfway house, he did the same thing my first baby daddy did. Started making outside kids. So I
While
decided,
y'all was together.
yeah. So I decided, I was like, okay, then I see now that I had to show me, and like I'm done with this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, go ahead. Go ahead. So you with him, second baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You got a kid from him.
We ended up having a kid, and I had already explained to him everything that I went through with the first baby daddy. Told him I didn't want any games, whatever.
Yeah.
He came out with the games. It's my fault. I blamed myself because at that time I blamed myself because this man is on the way out of prison. You decided to hook up with him and make a relationship.
Right.
Like you didn't give him time to sow his warrior oats, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so now to your credit,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just trying to understand, was he whispering sweet nothings?
Of course. That's what men do.
Okay, yeah. And that's why I asked the question. Yes. And maybe I'm foolish, and I know people may get on me for asking this question. Okay. But just because you go to jail or you get in some type of trouble, doesn't mean that you cannot be a trustworthy person at some point in time.
Of course it don't. I went later, and I'm a very trustworthy person.
So go ahead.
We established that bond.
Okay.
If we establish that bond, don't just come guessing and thinking that is what it ain't.
Well, what I'm saying is
establish that bond.
Well, what I'm saying is that, you know, you judging him. I mean, just because like you said something to the effect that
I knew who he was before.
Okay.
I knew who he was before, and I listened to him, and he told me he had changed. But as soon as he came home, I saw no
You saw
change.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ended up getting pregnant because the first baby that I had, we made when he was in the halfway house.
Yeah.
I ended up miscarrying it. I went down to the foot wash and ran because some people got the shooting, and I lost the baby. Jumped right back pregnant.
Yeah.
Jumped right back pregnant.
And
again. We had her. She's 21 today.
21 years old.
She's 21 today, and she's pregnant.
What's her name?
Wes.
Miss
I was
Wes.
so in love, I named it after him.
That's all right. That's his first name, Wes?
Yes, his name is Wesley.
Okay, Wesley. Okay. Wes.
Her name is Wesleyana.
Is he listening?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he is. I told him to listen.
Wes, you with the mess? No,
he was.
Wes probably said, "Yeah, Mike, I was with the mess." But right now, hey man, I'm a changed man. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was saying that you had some belief that he was a changed man, but once you saw things, you were like, oh man, it's the same old.
Yep. So he ended up we made my daughter, and he made a second daughter behind. My daughter was born in August. His second daughter was born in well, not his second daughter, but the daughter that came during my time was born in December. And he went to prison when my daughter was 4 months old. So we make this baby, and you go back into the system at 4 months. So when he go back, and this is
what do you go back for? I mean, if you
being around the wrong people, you know you're a felon. You have to
you have
disassociate yourself
with felons, with other felons. Yeah.
Yes. So I was actually at home packing up to leave him, literally, because he stayed in the street gambling, not coming home, whatever. The money was good. You know, I could have spent up all this money. Money was good.
Yeah.
But you're not there. So I was actually
and that's what you want the most too.
Yeah. I can go out and make money myself.
Yeah.
Like I was literally at home packing up to leave him. And I got
How old were you now?
I was 22 at this time.
Okay.
I was 22 at this time.
All right.
No. I was 23 at this time. I was 23 at home packing up to leave him. How about I got the phone ring?
Right.
Oh, the feds got Wes over here on the ground on the hill. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, so
they got Wes on the ground on the hill.
Yeah, I stopped.
What part of town are we talking about?
Oh, the hill. Everybody from Marion, Alabama is very familiar
Okay,
with
the
the
hill.
hill.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be, but we are.
Yeah.
We are very
No.
familiar with the hill.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the hill of
The
Marion.
hill is where it go down. Yeah.
It's going down the hill.
Yes. So I stopped doing what I'm doing, jump up, run over there. He's no longer over there. They done took him up to the county. So to the city hall. So I get up there. I'm like, what? Like
what's going
I'm 23.
on? Yeah.
I don't know nothing about this. Because when my first baby daddy went to prison, he was so angry with me. Like I didn't go behind him because I knew how angry he was. He blamed me for going to prison the first time.
But damn,
I know, but he blamed me.
Go ahead, though.
He blamed me. And so the second baby there, when I was up there checking on him and stuff, and so then his mom and them came and they said they would keep me up with everything.
Right.
So I was like, he called me that night and I was like, I'm finna leave. Like when you get out, you finna do all the same stuff over again. I'm finna leave. So how about they sent him to Mobile? And when they sent him to Mobile, they was talking about 5 years. So I was like,
5 years.
He's finna do 5 years, so I might as well stay because he probably finna do right after these 5 years when he see how I'm finna treat him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that in my mind that he's finna go to prison and I'm finna wait on him these 5 years and come out and be this happily ever after. Well, how about when he got in, it didn't go like that. So this is what led me up to prison. I'm hearing stories that this man is writing letters to the other women, other women, because it wasn't one of them, to the other women and putting them inside my mail.
Wait.
So when you're incarcerated, you want to save stamps because you can't get access to all the stamps that we can out here.
Right.
So you're saving stamps. So you're writing me and you're putting her letter inside my letter to send out one big old letter.
So hold on. So help me understand.
Mm-hmm.
So the letter has to come to you.
It has to come to me so I can get mine out first. Then I'm telling his son, hey, your dad wrote you a letter.
Is it closed in another envelope?
Of course, I was gonna read it.
Okay, so it wasn't just open.
It wasn't just open, but it didn't have to have no stamps. So.
Yeah, because it was an envelope inside of a stamped envelope.
It was an envelope.
So he gave you that envelope, say, okay, this is for the son.
Yeah, get this to my son, my oldest.
Please. Yeah.
So I gave it to his son. So I'm started hearing like, hey, you so dumb, you so green. And I'm like, who? Not me. Yeah, you getting the other women their letters. And I'm like, who? No, ain't nobody letter coming but mine. I'm his son.
So who would say that?
The people was hearing what was going on because the other women was running their mouths. So come to find out.
He thought he had it all figured out.
Yeah, he thought he had it all figured out. So what had happened was...
What had happened?
I sat back quiet. I didn't run to tell him because I don't have to run to tell something when I hear it. So I opened the letter up. The next letter that came, it was not to a woman. It was the drug game bust down.
Oh, so to who?
To his son.
So
he bust the drug game down. So I was like, ooh, he finna get me. This man in prison.
So so basically you decided to open the letter. Because they've been calling you dumb.
I want to see who you writing.
Yeah.
I need to know who you writing and put it inside my envelope that you can't get a few more stamps and write them themselves. I don't know if they had a man and you couldn't write them, but evidently something was going on. So what had happened was...
it was a drug game bust down.
And I read it and I was like, oh my God, he's finna get me. Like he's finna get me, So I was more focused on this man incarcerated finna get me for opening up the letter. But when I opened that letter up, and I sat on, I was like, oh my God, I can't.
How old were you then?
I was 24 then.
24 years old. You opened this letter from your ex. I mean, your boy was baby daddy. That was written to his son.
Bust the drug game down.
That has instructions on how to get money in the drug game, basically.
Yep. And send him a cut.
Why are you doing it?
So
how old was his son?
I think his son was like 16 at the time.
16 years. His son probably sounded like he probably already out there doing something.
I ain't care. I was like, you did this, so I tried to be.
It wasn't your son.
No,
it was okay.
I was 24 at the time.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but so you still caring about.
I tried to be manipulative,
and that was the same son that you saw him interacting like you like the way. Okay, go ahead.
So I was like, okay, then. So to keep his focus, off of me opening up his son's mail. I was like, oh, so this what you do with your son?
Yeah.
Like you bust a drug game down to him,
Yeah.
He was like, oh no, don't try to turn this. I know you ain't opened up no mail. Get that letter to my son. I was like, I ain't getting that to your son.
Yeah.
So I still didn't get it to his son.
Okay.
Cause
you never gave him the letter?
No.
You kept it for what?
I started using. I was like, okay, I opened this letter up, so I think I'd be a better candidate. So I went and visited him, and I was like, I opened the letter, blah, blah, blah. He was like, what? Get it to my son. I'm like, I said, listen to what I had to tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
I said,
I'm listening.
I can do this. He was like, oh, you can't do nothing. Girl, they throw them double digits at you. You would tell on everybody. I'm like, no, I'm the perfect candidate. Like,
yeah.
No, he cursed me out. I went back the next 2 weeks because I saw him every 2 weeks.
Right.
He was right there in Talladega prison,
Right.
federal prison. Catch, get that letter to my son, blah, blah, blah. You ain't doing nothing. You have everybody with life. And I was like, no, your son ain't going to have everybody with life.
Yeah.
That's who's going to have everybody with life.
Right.
He's young. He don't know. He was like, so you think you the better? I was like, oh, yeah. He was like, call up boy. I pick up the phone, call up boy. He was like, who this is? Where's baby mama? Click. And I'm like, I called back. Oh, what y'all trying to set me up? I don't know. What kind of games y'all playing? Hung up again. So I told my baby then, I told you would have messed my connector up for when I get back out and all this. So I'm like, I got it. I wait a few days later, call him back. Don't call my phone no more. He going off on me, cursing me out.
So
this is the plug at this time. This is the plug.
This the plug.
Oh,
so,
yeah, this the plug.
So those of you who are listening, just to make it plain and simple, Cash has the connect.
Oh yeah, I had the connect.
The plug, the person where you buy your work from.
Your weight from.
Your weight.
Yes.
Because right now she's saying that, she's a better candidate to be the drug dealer, not her son, not her stepson, or not her baby daddy's son. Okay, gotcha.
So he was cursing me out so bad, and he was so scared that me and my baby dad was trying to set him up. He was going off, so I stopped calling him. I was like, okay, Wes, I messed it up. I'm sorry. See, I told you to stay out of it. So me and my homegirls and my cousin, we went to the Bessemer flea market up here.
All right.
We went to the Bessemer flea market one day. And her brother-in-law and my best friend brother-in-law truck, he had an avalanche at this time because we was going to buy some beds and stuff, come back. How about we had a flat tire. She hit something and bust his rim. Back then, only certain people had the key lock to all rims.
Yeah.
When you go buy rims, you got one key lock to whatever you.
Yeah.
Only certain people had universal locks.
Yeah, of course.
So I had to call him, and I was like, "Hey, I know you said don't call you no more, but I'm in Bessemer. We don't know nobody up here. Can you come change our tire and I'll be at your hair?" He was like, "I'm out of town, and I told you don't call. I'm gonna send somebody over there and lose my number." So he sent one of his little geeks over there,
right,
to change the tire. He told me he was out of town. How about this man sitting over across the street somewhere?
Yeah. He over there scared as I know what. Thank you for the
He trying to see what's going on. So I get a phone call. Hey, which one of y'all West baby mama? I'm like, I got a white shirt on with a picture on the front. And he was like, who is that beside you? And I'm like, oh, this my friend. No, on the other side, this my cousin. He was like, y'all look over here across the street. And I'm like, I'm like, oh. He like, y'all walk over here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's here. He said he was out of town.
This is Marion, right?
No, we were in Bessemer.
Oh, yeah, in
Bessemer.
Bessemer.
Flea market.
Okay, that's right.
So
we
walked across the street.
That's right.
We walked across the street where he was, and guess what? It was like a light bulb went off. Like I had to connect. He saw my friends. He saw my cousin. He wanted her, and we became like this
friend. I mean, like
brother and sister.
Yeah.
So he wasn't afraid of me, and I wasn't afraid of him, and I was bringing that work up and down the street.
Wow.
Yes, I was bringing that work up and down the street from Birmingham, Alabama to Marion, Alabama. I had the surrounding drug dealers, the big ones.
Now, how long did this last?
It lasted all the way up until the day the feds knocked on my door. This lasted from 2004 to 2014, but They were knocking on my door for the drugs. They was knocking on my door for money laundering.
Okay. Now let me stick a pin in this, man. So again, we're speaking with Cash Stevenson, right? She written a few books, a series, from Conviction to Corrections, Behind the Walls, Beyond the Walls. And she's an accomplished author right now. And I can name some more of the things that she's accomplished, because before we end, I want to get to those other things that you accomplished. But she's also on VH1 True Crime Stories, season 2. And let me play this for you guys right now. You can listen, but this is what they're going to see when they listen on. Let me play this.
Okay.
So how did a soft-spoken Southern belle like Takasha turn into a cutthroat queen pin? Let's just say there was a void in her life that she was trying to fill.
My father was on cocaine and crack. He was in and out of jail all my life. I had to grow up pretty fast because my mom was working 2 jobs. She worked 12 to 16 hours a day and just leave me home alone. So raising myself. I had become drawn to older men. I knew that Rick was a drug dealer, but I didn't see any wrong with that because it wasn't hurting me and I didn't have a hand in it. But he had me right down the passenger side. I'm watching him cook it, I'm watching him bag it up. Me and Rick was together all day like Bunny and Clyde. So I'm like, shit, I'm trying to get the game myself.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. You got the game yourself.
Yeah, I had the game in my hand. So once we met,
right,
and he saw that I literally just wanted the money.
Yeah.
It
made it easy for him to trust you.
It made it easier for him to trust me. And I was doing it. I did that thing for 10 years. Still never got caught.
Right.
The feds showed up at my door because they arrested my baby daddy. Throughout the years, throughout these 10 years, people have always thought I went to prison for drugs.
Okay.
They thought that my baby daddy told on me. It was never nothing like that. They kicked his door in and busted him in 2014.
Okay.
And they found receipts because even though I wasn't with him, I always told him I didn't want kids.
Right.
I let him and my first baby daddy know I didn't want kids, y'all. These are y'all kids. Y'all got to raise them financially.
Right.
So he always took care of me no matter who I was with or what I did. So, excuse me, because even though we wasn't together, like he just always still financed me. Right. So when the feds kicked the door in, they found a receipt that he had probably just put a few dollars in my bank account.
Right.
And they took that receipt and ran that bank account, and voila, it came back to Takasha Stevenson's bank account.
Right.
And when they saw the bank account, they assumed that I was holding his drug money.
Yeah.
They didn't realize, they really didn't know where I worked at. I had a full-time job.
Right.
I had owned a hair store that had recently burned down, and I got a check off of the burnout, and they just didn't know what was going on. So they came and arrested me. I thank God that for that arrest to today, even though I'm still salty in certain areas or whatever about it and bitter, I still thank God that I went down for that charge than for what I actually was arrested for. Right. The reason I tell my story so freely is because I want people to know that people are in the criminal justice field for the money.
Right.
They're in the criminal justice field for the money because I was not guilty, had nothing pointed at me in that direction but lying snitches. I had 5 snitches. I had 7 snitches. One chose to plead the 5th. Another one told the truth, said he didn't know anything about me. The other 5 told lies that I was keeping West drug money in my bank account. None of that was true. So I tell my story so freely because I want people to know that the criminal justice system is so big on convictions. Because had they did their research and their homework, they probably could have got me on the drugs if they had to watch me and investigate it like they were supposed to. But they got me because 5 people said, hey, she's keeping her baby daddy money in her bank account. And none of it was true.
Now that you've gone to jail, spent some time in jail.
Gone to prison.
Prison, yeah. Let me clarify that. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, I wish it was jail. It was prison.
Yeah, you went to prison to clarify. What's your take on this whole situation? Now, do you regret anything that you've done, or do you feel like, hey man, this is not the way, you know, this is not ideal for kids or anyone, you know. I understand we want money, we need money and money, you know, but I don't recommend this lifestyle.
I'm gonna say it this way. Taking the road that I took is not for anyone. I can pretty much tell you today, it was several of us. Several. I'm gonna use that number.
Several.
We're either dead, some of us went to prison, or some of us suffer sickness in some type of way. It was not good for any of us. It wasn't good for any of us. I tell people God has the last say so. You know, some people love to throw around what goes around comes around. Some people love to holler, okay, karma, you're going to get your karma. It's all the same to me. Just understand that any of that wrongdoing, because what I did not understand, I heard of it, should have known better. But what I didn't understand was selling drugs is like you're feeding somebody's poison.
Yeah.
You are literally feeding someone else poison.
Yeah.
I didn't understand this until I got in prison. I'm like, oh no. This criminal justice system is locking up crackheads.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I was so angry. Like, God, why you got me in here? Like, what is you doing, God? Like, you know I wasn't guilty of what they accused me of. Now you got me in prison. I'm trying to see, why are we locking up drug users today? Yeah. So our criminal justice system, I feel like it needs change, because you don't lock up drug users. They don't know what they're doing. You need to put them in facilities for rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are retaliating to me on some type of level, locking up drug users, because when I got in there, I'm like, okay, well, I'm finna move down to this sink over here.
Yeah.
Because she over here tweaking and all kind of stuff. And when I went to bed one night, God said, I had a dream. He was like, you did it. And I woke up. I'm like, what? I never understood it. So I started telling one of the ladies who went to church with me all the time. I was like, he said, I did it. And I couldn't understand. She was like, yeah, that's somebody's mama, sister, daughter that y'all was selling drugs to. Yeah. And this is what you do to people. So I was like, so me selling drugs to somebody and they accept it, they want to. I'm not pressuring them, but this is the outcome. I'm like, oh my God, that's not good. Like, that's not good.
Do that play on you sometimes to this day?
Do it play on me sometimes to this day?
You know, like selling drugs, knowing that you're selling poison to somebody. I know you had a revelation in jail.
Yes.
That's what you were doing. But I'm talking about, I
get it.
Yeah.
It don't play on me to this day because
okay, good.
Because, well, it did in the beginning, but what I've learned out of it is they're accepting it, even though we're giving it to them. We're not thinking that they out of their minds, or because if they was in their right mind, you're not just gonna. But the thing about it is, I want our criminal justice system to like have facilities. We're building all these prisons.
Yeah,
we need to be building.
Well, Alabama is behind in that compared to other states.
It seems like a lot of them are behind too, because they were from other places.
Well, Florida is a whole lot better. I'm telling you, Florida is a whole lot better than because I lived in both states and I worked in that capacity in both states.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so like when I'm in them, like so when they come in like that, they have to they don't come in population with us. in the beginning.
Yeah.
They have to go, however you want to say, get dried out, for
Yeah.
so many days or whatever.
Yeah.
But even when they come in population with us, they're still not fully.
And Birmingham doing a decent job these days, though, with Judge Sparks.
I'm going to check on that, too. I'm going to check into that because
ahead,
maybe I need to, I like to tell people like, hey,
it won't be bad if you
do
did
this because you locking these people up. Like, we're not going to tell. If we're going to snitch, we're going to snitch when you get us.
Well, Birmingham got drug court now with Judge Sparks. I'm telling you, I used to work in that capacity.
Yeah.
And I'm very impressed with Judge Sparks. If you have an opportunity, go downtown, speak with him.
I need to meet Judge Sparks because
he's a preacher too.
He's okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I never knew he was a preacher till one day I was invited to a church. I'm like,
yes,
Judge Sparks? This is his church? I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed with the man because he has a very good knowledge, and not to cut you off, but he has a very good knowledge of getting the people the help that needs the help.
And that's exactly what we need. And also, when I went into the system, I was like, I told my judge at sentencing, I can't go to prison. And my son is finna graduate in 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks from high school.
Yeah.
My daughter's finna graduate less than 3 weeks from elementary.
Yeah.
Like, my son has prom tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go to prison. So they didn't want to hear any of that. But the thing about it is, but guess what? Guess what I experienced?
What?
When I got behind them walls, it was mothers in there of different races.
Yeah.
Other than blacks, other than African Americans, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, I just got 4 years. And when I get through doing these 4 years and go home and get my children, my husband is going to go do his time. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So now I'm even more angry, not with them, but with our criminal justice system. So they get to stay at home. And you don't want to take the parent out the household, but you take me away from my children and their dads. Like, you didn't let us go and swap. You
didn't have an option.
It wasn't an option. I even told him, I was like, hey, I raised my hand and blurted out. I was like, their dad's already locked up. I can't leave my children. It was kind of like a joke to him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But however, I think that prison system was good for me because today I would never knowingly date a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Not knowingly. I can't tell you won't ever happen, which it probably won't.
Yeah, but knowingly you ain't just going to volunteer.
I would never knowingly date a drug dealer because I already know the end.
Well, and it's also safe to say, I mean, like, okay, been there, done that type
Been there,
of thing.
done that. It's nothing good about it. Like,
and now your whole life is apparently different. Than a drug dealer's life right now.
Yeah, I don't have time.
I mean, the way you earn income is a 9 to 5, and you're author now.
And I'm very comfortable with it.
Yeah, and you're an author.
An author and a speaker.
Motivational speaker.
A 3-time graduate, business administration from.
Now let's get into that. Hold on now.
Gotcha.
Hold on, because I want to go full circle here. We talked about the drug dealing. And some may even say that we glorify him, but we're not. We are not glorifying the use and the sale of drugs.
And that's what we don't understand when we're going through it. When we're going through it, we happy, we excited. We count dollars.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's not worth it.
Now, let's talk about where you are today, real briefly, because we're going to sit down again. Because we got so much to unpack. I think we've been talking now for an hour and 30 minutes, but it's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
And I knew it was going to be a beautiful thing when I told you. So you graduated college.
Yeah. So today I've been home 7.5 years.
7.5 years.
October the 2nd, 2017.
Okay.
And I went to school. My job, the job I work now, I've been on that job since I've been home. I'd get tuition reimbursement. So I did business administration through Lawson College here in Birmingham. I did business, office management, and paralegal through Tuscaloosa, Shelton State.
Yeah.
I came back to Birmingham and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice for Miles College.
Now hold on.
Yes.
Hold on
Yes.
now. Hey, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Put it in it.
Let me put some mic in it. So she graduated with a business administration degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the
Lawson.
from Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
But she graduated from Miles with what?
Criminal
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice.
From the Miles College.
From the Miles College.
My alumni.
Yes.
My alumni sister.
Yes.
We HBCU graduates.
Okay.
Miles College, Birmingham, Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
Fairfield, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, put some hearts up. If you're in the comment section, man, throw some hearts up for us, man. This my hey. Yeah, that's big though. Now, you say Shelton?
Shelton State in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay, you went there. Did you get a AA?
I got that's an associate's. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't do
did you get AA from there or AA from Lawson?
Both. I did Lawson State.
I digress.
I did Lawson State here in Birmingham, and I did Shelton State in Tuscaloosa.
And you got 2 AA degrees.
Yeah, but business administration at business administration at Lawson, business office management and paralegal dual at Shelton. And I came back to Birmingham and did criminal justice bachelor's. Also, I started law school. My job, I work now.
Oh,
I'm like, no time, no hours, stressed out. So I had to put that law degree on hold for a second.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. All right, look into that camera again. You in what now?
I started law school at Miles College, but I had
Miles
to take
College
a
Law
pause.
School. Yeah.
I had to take a pause, but I will be starting it back this year.
All right, let me tell you that. Okay. So now, okay. So Shelton State.
Mm-hmm.
AA degree. Lawson State, AA degree.
Mm-hmm.
Miles College, bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm.
And you did that when you came home.
I did that when I came home. All off the energy of I am going to show my naysayers.
All because of resentment.
All because of resentment, anger. Like, I gotta show my naysayers. I have to show my snitches. I have to show. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful. So, man, I'm pretty much speechless.
Yes.
Because you I mean, like, okay, let me just say this. Mm-hmm. Again, nothing I got something against drug dealers.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I gotta say, because
we're killing each other.
Yeah, because we kill each other. The bottom line, in this world that we live in, we gotta identify ourselves. Mm-hmm. Are we pro-social adults, or are we anti-social adults and people? Pro-social means that we are living by society norms, and anti-social, which means that we doing things our way, forget about society norms and the law and the rules that apply.
And that's the old me.
That's the old you. Mm-hmm. And that's so, and that, we'll understand that. If you want to stay out of jail and prison, and you want to live a life that is different than prison, then we live a pro-social life. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, man, congratulations, man. Round of applause. Let me put that up for you.
Thank you.
Man, look, Cash, does that mean that you and I are better than people that live the other side of it?
No, I take up for them. People are confused because they don't have an understanding. I let them know, hey, we have to have something in place.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing. It's so easy. Like, we're going through so much on our jobs. Like, you're not giving us chances because we have felons behind our background. Which now we got a president that's a felon. Got a whole president that's a felon now, but you want me, you want to deny me to work in the automotive factory. You want to deny me to work in a restaurant. To you want to deny me all this stuff. When crimes and when crime does happen in these automotive factories, when crime does happen in the restaurants and stuff, who are they? They're first-time felons. They're never people who have the repetitive background. It's not felons. So I tell people today, because I'm a felon, I walk the straight and narrow path. So you might need to kind of touch up on that at these jobs. Y'all might want to hire some non-violent felons because we're the ones that has to come to work because of everything we're going through. But you want to deny us because of our background.
Well, not even has that want to work.
We are the ones that want to work because we're tired of being judged because of our history.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're the ones that show up at work. We're the ones that's busting our butts at work.
Yeah.
And we are the ones that get picked on at work.
Come on now.
And we're the ones who get denied to work in your businesses with the people who don't have a background, barely showing up. So, I don't look down on other felons, whether they have or whether they are still committing crimes or not. I just want them to have that opportunity, the same opportunity that I had. When I came home, I had some support systems. I had some support. Like some family supported me, some friends supported me.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but you got to understand when felons go into the system, their spouse might have passed while they was in there.
Right.
Their parents may have passed.
Yeah.
Their children may have passed.
Yeah.
So what do you, if you're going to deny them,
God knows some of the stuff you heard.
If you're going to deny them insurance, if you're going to deny them a job, what you want them to go back out there and do? And evidently, you don't want a safe society because if you understood what felons went through, or ex-felons, however you want to name us, convicts, whatever, if you understood what we go through after incarceration, which that's when we paid the time for the crime, the incarceration, but we're still being punished afterwards. Like what kind of, society, what kind of world do you want to live in?
Yeah.
So they also have to understand that too.
Cash. What do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself running my own halfway house. Beyond the Walls nonprofit.
Woo!
I have less than 30 days. I'm already fully approved state. I have less than 30 days before it's nationwide, before it's IRS federally.
Oh,
also
cash. I mean, this is like, you don't understand how this make me feel.
Because
Go ahead.
I went through it and I wasn't treated good when I was in the system. And when I say the system, I don't mean behind the walls prison. I mean in the halfway house. I was judged harshly in the halfway house. Like it was kind of like, oh, she thinks she come out to serve, she finna save the world. Like who she thinks she is finna save the world. All these people that been incarcerated and they ain't saved the world. Well, I'm not them.
So you talking about some of the prison guards?
I'm talking about some of the halfway house, not the prison guards.
Well, halfway house correctional officers.
When we are prison, we're guarded by prison guards in prison. When you come to the halfway house, it's okay. The halfway house is your halfway home.
Yeah,
you have one foot in and you have one foot out.
But it still work for the correctional system, don't they?
Yeah, it's still the correctional system, but you're pushing me so hard. I tried to go to school while I was in the halfway. Oh no, you're gonna be gone too many hours. No, so I'm not.
Are you saying that they don't want to see you?
Evidently they didn't want to see me excel because it is in policy. Like you can go to school while you're in the halfway house, but I was denied because I was working.
You were
denied
access.
I was denied to go to school while I was in the halfway house because they say that I was going to be gone from the facility too long with school and work.
Wow.
Well, I would have went to school before
so they can
work.
let you go to school, but you
let me work to get my 25%.
Yeah.
Because what I could have done was not work. My family supported me somewhat. So while I'm in the halfway house 6 months, I would have not worked and got a 6-month jump on school.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, it's so much.
When
you peel the onion back, man, it is so much.
And a person who have went through it can basically fill you in. They might not be 100% honest, but you can get some kind of nuggets from people who have went through it.
Let's talk about, we're going to talk about, we're going to give a shout out to the books.
Okay.
The motivation to the books.
Okay.
You got 2 books that are currently out there.
Yes, Conviction to Correction, Behind the Walls, which I wrote during incarceration. And I tell people to this day, I didn't write that book. God wrote that book. Conviction to Corrections Beyond the
You
Walls.
say God wrote that book?
Oh yeah, he put that on my heart. He wrote that book.
So
when I look back today, I'll be like, girl, you wrote that.
Okay, conviction to correction behind the walls.
I wrote that during prison, during my incarceration. I didn't publish it till I came home.
Oh, so but you was in the middle of writing it while you was actually locked down.
Yes. And a lot of the stuff that I was, because I always blame people. Hey, I blame you if I knew you back then. You know, my mom, you did this because you worked them long hours at your job. My dad, you did this because you was in and out of the prison. You was in and out of jail and using certain drugs when I was growing up with my mom, and she was a single parent. I blame baby daddies. Hey, y'all cheated on me. Y'all had babies.
So you was just doing a bunch of blame.
I was a blame. Yeah,
you was a blamer.
I point them fingers.
Do you consider yourself a chronic blamer?
Yes.
Like I'm gonna blame.
God, you
blame.
did this.
Yeah.
God, you did this.
So when was the revelation? When was the revelation though?
Because God, you knew where I was before I was even born. So why you ain't turn this thing around then?
You knew this was gonna happen before it even happened.
You knew this was gonna happen before it happened. So why you ain't turn this around? And the people over here who's killing and raping and stuff, like why they ain't go to prison? Why I had to go? I was a nonviolent.
Yeah.
I was a nonviolent person.
Yeah, I got you. I
was helping the community, giving away my children clothes. Like they were still brand new. Like I was like a server.
So when did you accept responsibility?
I accepted responsibility the day that I hit those doors and I came home.
Yeah.
And I had certain dreams, certain daydreams, listening to certain pastors. I would listen to Audible, Pastor Mike. I listened to
Birmingham.
Oh yeah, I listened to him, Joel Osteen, Jake, Sarah J. And when they would give me these, when they would preach these sermons, I was like, oh, that's me. I'm telling you, I literally would be listening to them and watching them on Audible or whatever, and I would be turning my head and put my hand up like they can literally see me. Like these people.
You fully engaged at this moment.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's me. And I'll be so quick to say, oh, that's me. Yes, So I have went through certain stuff and I've talked to certain people.
Absolutely.
Certain people, like my ex-bosses, I talked to my family, Cash. Okay, now when you turn 18, are you gonna literally keep blaming people? So when you turn 18, so it started hitting me. And when my children started going through certain stuff and they would blame me, it opened my eyes. I was like, oh my Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, they opened my eyes when my children started going through rough patches. That's when my eyes became fully open, because here I am, a single mother who went to prison, came home doing great things. Great things.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me that you out here doing this? Like you don't even have no reason to be doing this. Look at me, who I am. Who I've become. So why are you doing this?
Right.
So that's when my eye, and I was like, okay, they can blame you for going to prison, leaving them for 3 years, but so that's when my eyes became kind of wild.
Yeah. All right. So man, this has been so impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Cash, I just want to say, man, thank you.
Thank you
for coming in and just, man, I knew talking to you was going to be great, man. And it has been. It's been a pleasure talking to you. So I'm going to move on to some lighter stuff, because we're the guys. Hey, y'all been following me, man. Y'all know how I do it. We at the lighter stages, man. Cash came in and just really just gave us a 411. She did. She gave us the game.
Yeah.
She gave us from start to finish. And I'm gonna have her back, because it's still some stuff that we need to unpack.
Yeah, this is years.
Yeah. I would love to have her back to talk about how in her early ages, how some of these things impacted her life.
Mm-hmm.
If you would be glad, if you would say, hey, Mike, honored to come back, I want to have you back.
I would definitely come back.
Yeah. But also, It's so much more we could talk about. Her book. Cash has her book. It was once on Amazon, which sold out there. And now she's selling her own book. She's taking the reins back, and she's gonna sell her own book. We need to talk about how that's gonna work out. And go could you shed
Yes,
some light
I'm
on
in
that?
the middle now of my redoing my website. It should be back up by the end of this week. Today is Tuesday, April the 8th. So my website is right2heal.org. It's WRITE, the number 2 sign, HEAL, right2heal.org. It'll be up and running by the end of this week. I'm in the middle pulling my books. I was with a company. I'm gonna be selling them my own self. So be patient within the next 30 days. My nonprofit will be running in the next 30 days. So if somebody needs help talking, mentoring, coaching, I'm definitely the person that you can reach out to.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we know before I go into these other questions, I got some fun questions for the audience. But so people can, if they're interested in mentoring and speaking, public speaking, or how's that work?
They can reach out to me through my website, right2heal.org, which again is WRITE, the number 2 sign, HEAL.org. Also, I have a business phone, 205-928-4292. Again, it's 205-928-4292. You can reach out to me there. You can also reach out to me on different social media platforms.
Yeah, she has her platforms, man, guys. Hey, just send the inbox. So definitely, but it's safe to say that you are. Somebody says something.
What is it?
I thought somebody said something over there. Yeah, don't even. If it's about me, just don't let it fly.
No. They said lift your head up and stop talking side eye. So I don't know how they see me. How they view me.
Oh God.
I don't know. They said lift your head up.
She don't see the monitor, guy.
Like. Oh, they said lift your head up and stop looking side eye like you hard. Oh, I was hard, harder than a lot of y'all papas out there.
Hey,
I'm sweet now. Jay-Z tried to tell y'all.
Now, hold on. Now, let me tell y'all, man. She's still hard. She still is a representative.
And it's number one thing I love to say. I didn't snitch. I don't have to look over my head. My story is public record. If you feel like you want to go to the Mobile courthouse and look me up and pay for transcripts, I'm open to it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. So, yeah, man. So, definitely, let's move on, because we're at the tail end of the interview, man. I am gonna make sure that I bring her back, guys, because I understand she's a fan favorite. Yeah. Hey, you're doing a great job. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're at the tail end of the interview, guys.
Yes.
We've been on for 3 years now.
Okay.
All right. This is Mike's segment of real questions.
Ooh.
It's Real Talk with Mike still, so we got some real questions. All right. So, what part of the chicken wing do you like best? Drums or flats?
Flats.
She like, is that really a question, Mike?
Yeah, flats.
Yeah. She like, flats, boy.
Flats.
All right. Who is the best performer? Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I love both of them, but Mike got me.
Mike is the man.
Yes.
I'm a Mike fan too, so I thought, hey.
And plus
what?
His Thriller dance goes well
Ooh.
with Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, okay. I gotta check that out.
It goes well with it. So I'm in love with it now.
I gotta check that out. I gotta check it out. All right. What is the deal breaker when it comes to relationships? What is the one thing that you don't want?
If you cheat, I'm gonna show you how you should have did me.
If
you cheat before I leave you, if you cheat
you gonna show me
before I leave you, because I may know and you don't know I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how you should have done me. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Because you could just tell me you want to be friends. I might want to play too. We don't have to just necessarily be in a relationship.
Yeah.
So if you cheat and I find out about it, I'm going to show you how you should have done me. Yeah.
Okay. What do you like best about yourself?
That I'm open. So whatever you want to go tell.
You transparent.
You can come talk to me. You know, whatever you want to tell, I tell it. I'm going to tell it better. You're going to tell from assumptions. I'm going to tell it better.
What you don't like about yourself?
What I don't like about me is I feel like I have men traits. I feel like I'm kind of hard and tough. I'm this serious. Like, I'm hard to get through to sometimes. I am very, very stubborn. And I must say I get it from my father's side.
Get it from my dad.
Oh, yeah, they know it. They know it. Yeah.
Now, when you go into the grocery store, what you prefer, paper or plastic?
Plastic?
Okay, that's all they have these days. Man, y'all give it up, man. Hey, give it up for Takasha Stevenson, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Y'all give a round of applause to my girl.
Thank you.
So you know we got to do a part 2, right?
Somebody said her boyfriend need to bust her head.
Oh, Lord. Hey,
no
head busting, guys.
No head busting.
Hey, but look, man, it's been a pleasure talking with you, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, how you think you?
How am I thinking?
Yeah, you think it was okay?
I think it was great.
Yeah,
and I like to put my own story out because let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Are we still on the air?
Yeah, we still.
I want to say this.
Go ahead.
I have literally had people from my past come to me and say, Cash, I used to didn't like you. I couldn't stand you. Wow. I hated to see your cars. You had the rims. Like, you always had little clothes on.
You were fly.
They was like, but it was all because of other people telling me stuff about you. They was like, girl, when I got to know you, like,
that's amazing.
Girl, you were fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never been a bad people. I might have dated people who have done bad things.
Yeah.
But me, myself, I've never did. I just always wanted to have fun.
Man.
Yeah. So I tell them, I'm glad that you was honest enough to tell me how you feel. And I'm glad I was able to break that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel good about myself. You know, I went through things and I feel like God had to use me. Because I've been a talker since birth, probably.
Yeah.
I've been talking like I have bad sinuses. Yeah. I have migraines. I had a migraine this morning. Probably going to have one after a while if I'm going to take some before it happened. But I have bad sinuses, migraines and stuff. And I just still love to talk. Yeah. I have to tone down, but I love helping people.
Yeah, I you know what? And
I love helping people.
But I get that from you. I get that you are a people person, and your goal is to help people.
And I don't do it out of cockiness and arrogance. I do it because of everything I've been through. I done had so many fights with God. I'm like, why me? Why me? I know they said we're not supposed to question him, but it seems like everything somebody is going through, like I done already been through it. Yeah. So when the next person goes through it, I don't mind. My boyfriend like, can you cut the phone off? I don't mind helping them because I cannot stand inequality. I can't stand.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: God is using you. God is you have a purpose. You already know that.
Yes.
God has identified you as that person that He is using to help others.
Yes.
And it's just that, Cash. Ain't nowhere in the world.
I accept it now.
Yeah, you gotta accept it because
I go to bed plenty nights with dry mouth and headaches and suffering from allergies. Like, okay.
Hey, you that person. You is him or her. You her. So, man, he's still using you. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna let you go because I have had such a great time. But I will say this, man. You have so much more to give, and he's going to reward you so much more.
Oh, yes.
I believe it.
I feel it, and I'm starting to see it.
Yeah, I believe it. Man, y'all give it up, man, one more time for Takasha Stevenson, man. Woo, woo. My girl, this is my friend. This is my girl. and she's coming back on the show, man.
Sure is.
All right, Cash, man.
Thank you.
Any last words you done?
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my story. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I know y'all think I'm done, or I done said a lot, but no, baby.
No, no.
This was like 45 years worth.
I can tell y'all, she talked for 2 hours. She got 2 more hours in her. Hey, man, listen, man. I want y'all to do me a favor, man, and this is my saying. I ain't never show what this saying. I want y'all to look in the camera, look in the mirror, and ask yourself this one question. Are you part of the problem or part of the solution? You got to figure that out right now. This is Real Talk with Mike Steele. Check us out next Tuesday. Also, man, we're going to be posting these books, How to Get Cash Booked. I'm going to be behind 100%. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man, and support this sister, man. She doing big things, man.
Thank y'all.
Doing big things, man. And until next time, man, love, peace, and hair grease.